Hello and welcome to Keynotes Audio Online training platform. This platform has been developed by us here in Warwick to hopefully give you guys something different to offer your clients. Now, when you're doing any presenting at all online, the best thing to do is to treat your webcam as if it is your audience. So keep focused on your webcam and your audience will feel like they're participating in what you're presenting. Now for the duration of this demonstration, I'm probably going to be looking over here somewhere because all of my equipment is set out underneath below me here. So I know you're probably eager to see what we can provide and how we can help you to present your training in a different way, maybe to how you're used to doing it. So if you've been involved with any of our online conferencing, this might seem quite familiar to you, but we have tweaked it a little bit to make it a little bit more interactive and probably a bit more exciting. So you can add a host of options to your presentations. So here we go, let's have a little look then. So how does it work? Well, each presenter will be given an iPhone or an iPad, and you'll see there's a series of buttons that we pre-program for you, and each one of these buttons does something completely different to everyone else. And as you can see by the description on each of the buttons, whenever you press a button, so there I've just turned Steve Cam to off. Now that is just a static display up there just for your information. It's not a live display off the iPhone or the pad that I'm using here at the moment. So what can we do? Well, let's just turn that off and we'll put this back on. So for those of you that have been along to our online conferences, you see that the speaker is in a similar position to where I am here, and their presentation is running alongside them. So that's pretty much the same for the training. We'll go into that in a little bit more depth in a minute, but we've tweaked things around a little bit. So actually you can have a full screen display for your presentation, so they get the full screen. So if you're working on something intricate, you can make that screen larger so they can see a little bit more detail. And what else can we do? Well, we can also add another camera. So if you need to show something, I don't know, maybe plug in something in, or to show them a board or a module, or maybe how something's wired up, I don't know. You can turn your camera into a technical camera. So we can have another camera running. We'll just turn that back onto me again. You can have another camera running alongside this one, so you can flick between the two, or you can have them both working simultaneously as well. Now you can also put that technical camera over the top of your presentation, and just how we saw with the presentation before, you can also make your technical camera full screen. So there's a few different ways of presenting your training course just there. The other thing we can do is we can add links, and we can put these anywhere at all on the screen that you like. So if I press this button here, as you can see, keynotesaudio.com comes up underneath, and I can place that anywhere at all on the screen. With a simple press of a button, you can switch that on and off, just the same as I can turn my camera on and off. And as you can see there's a couple of different ways that you can show and hide that source. So if I press it again, it swipes out to the edge of the screen, and when I turn it back on again, it just kind of comes in from the middle. So you can swap and change, or you can have it all the same. That's entirely up to you. So moving on, we'll go on to the actual software screen now. And when that initiates there, we can do a couple of other bits here from this screen. So my camera is still up on the top left. The technical camera is underneath. Your presentation, so your PowerPoint presentation, or however you want to do that, you can use different platforms if you wish, as long as we can see on the screen your presentation, basically all I do is I lift that information off the screen or off the monitor, and that becomes where it says your presentation there. The external screen grab, software demo, etc. Now, if you're running software on your laptop, I wouldn't expect you to let me put that onto my system here. So we can actually plug into your laptop and we can nab what's on your screen and we can put that into that box there. So you can have your camera, your technical camera, so you can show hands-on plugging things in or pressing buttons or whatever you've got to do. Your presentation at the top, and underneath, if you're running software so you can see everything all tied up together, then you've got 4 sources of information there all on one screen. Now you can swap them around. They don't have to be in that order. They can be in any particular order. You can have, just one of them items full screen, or you can have 2 side by side. Entirely up to yourself really, but whatever you want to do. And again, if you look under where it says your presentation, you'll see my website details flicking on and off. And again, you can put that anywhere at all on the screen. Now you can personalize this a little bit. Like, remember, if you said you can put any of these in any order, side by side, full screen. Well, if your presentation, if you want that full screen, there's a button there that allows you to do that. The same with the technical camera and the same with the external screen grab. That's quite handy because if it's quite intricate, you can go full screen for a few seconds just to show that in action. And then you can return back to this view again, so they can see everything working together. I hope that kind of makes sense. And then of course you can come straight back again to your presentation to have this if you don't need all them different views there. But from this main presentation screen, once again, you can actually have the technical camera coming in on there if you want it. Once you get used to this system, it's quite easy. We'll build this up with you and we'll show you how it all works, and it will be second nature when you press these buttons as to how it all works. Now, when we showed the welcome screen, I'll just flick back to it there. When we showed the welcome screen, obviously that can be your own details on there. I'll just come back onto the presenter view. So that can be your own details. It can be an introduction into the training program that you're about to present. And similarly, get my teeth in, the greyish background that's underneath everything here, that can also be your own design as well. So you can have your own marketing, or just whatever you want on there, as long as it's in an image format like a JPEG, something like that. We can make that work for you. It's got to be high resolution, just so it's all nice and crisp and shiny so people can see. I'm sure you've got a million questions, and that's great. That's what we're here for. That's just a brief overview of what we can offer, and I hope it grabs your attention. I hope you can come up with some ideas about how you can use this. We record this direct to our computer and then we turn it into a video for you, so we can edit a few bits out. We can put music on at the beginning and also at the end, and of course you can have a title screen and an exit screen at the end with any links and your details on. So I hope that's all okay. I hope you've enjoyed this little video, and look forward to hearing from you soon.